Today we're going to be talking about sketchbooks. And the reason I have this big old basket is because this is my last 5 years of sketchbooks. So I'm going to set this right here and I'm going to tell you about sketchbooks. Artists use sketchbooks to practice their artwork in it. Sometimes they use them to jot down ideas. A very famous artist that used a sketchbook is Leonardo da Vinci. He actually wrote in his sketchbook backwards, so people had a hard time kind of figuring out what his ideas were. You can Google that. Super cool guy. Anyway, artists use sketchbooks for lots of different reasons. I take one when I travel, so some years I might have 2 or 3. Some years I only have 1. Right now I'm working on one, and I keep it in my purse, so if I have an idea, I can just jot it down. Let me see if I can just pull one out. Here's one. This one says Paris. This is a sketchbook that I took with me on my travels to Paris, and you can see Flat Fur is in there. She goes with me. I always try to put a little pocket in there for like things that I collect. But you'll look and you'll see that in my sketchbook I jot down notes. I sketch things that are around me. Last year's sketchbook was this one. Sketchbooks don't have to be fancy. I take a lot of notes when I have a sketchbook. I like to journal too, so my sketchbook also serves as like a journal. A lot of times I just doodle in it. You see, like, those are my sketches from doodling. A sketchbook can be anything we want it to be, but we are going to be making our own sketchbook, and so I want you to keep it this year. And if you are wanting to do your projects in it, like when we do a project next week, you can do it in your sketchbook. That way you don't have all these papers. If a project is like really special to you and you would like to like do it and have it framed, then you can use a new sheet of paper. But your sketchbook will serve as a book this year to kind of dump all your ideas, or if you're feeling stressed and you need to just get away and doodle, that's what you'll do in your sketchbook. I hope that this lesson is fun for you. This is how I start out the year if we were together. So I thought, why not? Let's start out the year like we're together, right? I mean, I would like to see you. Anyway, let's get started, and I can't wait to see what you design and how you put some heart into the cover of your sketchbook. Here's some supplies that you're gonna need: a pencil, eraser, a rubber band if you choose to do that kind of sketchbook, or a stapler. My stapler is a dinosaur. Thank you, Mr. Cochran. And scissors, a Sharpie marker or something black to outline, and crayons. You may need a ruler if you like things to be kind of perfect, and a lot of scrap paper. I try to do a cover sheet and then about 6 insert sheets. And also, you're gonna need some heart for your art. Go ahead and hit that pause button and you go collect your supplies. Start by picking our cover. You kind of want to pick a sheet that is thicker than the others. So maybe a piece of cardstock, a construction paper, a paper that's a little bit thicker. You could even use a recycled file folder. That's what I'm gonna do for one of them. So either way, just pick something that's a little bit thicker. You could even use cardboard if you wanted. Or a cereal box. You're gonna fold that in half, lining up the edges and the corners, holding it and folding it. And then your cover is ready. Good job. Next thing we're gonna do is our filler sheets, the sheets that go on the inside. You're gonna need 6 of those. If you want to do more, you can. Sometimes if you add more, it gets hard to staple, but maybe you're stronger than I am. And you're just gonna individually fold these in half. I know that seems weird. You could just fold them all together, but if you just trust me, your pages will seem a lot better inside your cover if you fold them individually. So hold it and fold it, and hold every single sheet in half. Another set of paper too, so I can show you 2 types of ways to make a sketchbook. So I'm folding actually 12 sheets. Or if I'm going too fast, you can always pause the video. You're gonna collect your inside sheets and your cover sheets. The first thing you're gonna do is open up your cover sheet, lay it flat, like it's folded out like a book. Then you're gonna take every individual sheet and you're gonna line up the creases as they're opened up, as that fold is open. You're gonna do this with every single sheet. It's pretty easy. You're going to grab your stapler if that's the method you're choosing. I like to mark where I'm going to staple just because it helps me. And then you're going to put 3 staples on the edge, grabbing all of those papers together and binding them like a book. Sometimes I like to put a fancy little piece of tape, duct tape, packaging tape over my staples just so they don't like pinch me or anything when I'm using my book. So if you'd like to do that, you can pause the video and also find some tape to tape around your staples. If not, it's okay. If you don't have a stapler but you do have a rubber band, you're going to do the exact same thing where you open up your pages, lay them flat where the spine of the fold or the book is laying together, and you're going to take the rubber band and you're just going to wrap it around all of those, placing the rubber band right where all the folds meet, just like so. Take my scissors and trim kind of the edges of my folder because I like for my pages to kind of line up a little bit. The next step after I cut and trim my cover is to put some heart into our art. So we're going to decorate the outside of our sketchbooks. That's when we get creative. For this design and putting heart into it, I want you to somehow incorporate your first or your last name into your drawing. It can be anything. If you like baseball, maybe it's in your baseball bat. If you love to dance, maybe it's in the twirl of your leg when you spin. If you love to walk your dog, maybe the leash says your name. I would love for you to somehow incorporate your name into your sketchbook design. Anywhere, anyhow you can think. If you need to pause the video and get some ideas, that's fine. You can work on this whenever you have time. But I love to travel, so I'm gonna try to incorporate that in my name. If you watch how I do bubble letters, I always start really light and I draw my letters out and then I erase the ghost line. You can do any kind of lettering that you would like. I just want you to be full creative and making a design that is unique to you. Thing I like to do is just outline my drawings with a black or Sharpie or crayon. It just makes my drawing a little bit more bold and makes my colors stand out. To finish this today, but at some point this week or into next week, I would love to see what you're working on for your sketchbook. So if you could upload a photo or type it in the text box, that would be great. Again, you don't have to have it finished, but start working on an idea for your cover. I hope that this is fun for you, and I can't wait to see what you create.